Afternoon, world. Is it afternoon yet? Yes, 12:02. Afternoon, world. A lovely Friday afternoon it is. We're yet again amongst the land of the living. This is a day that God has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. Use the activities of all of my limbs. Hey, I'm happy to be alive this morning. I'm grateful. It's been a while since I put a post up, but I want to once again get something off of my chest. You know, put it down on wax, as I call it. Put my thoughts down on wax. And I want to talk a little bit about who you allow into your spiritual space. I think for the most part, we all are spiritual creatures or have some connection with the universe. With the universe and the universal God that exists. I think we all do in some way, form, or fashion. But everybody is not meant to be in your spiritual circle. I don't care what self-proclaimed name people give themselves, i.e. pastors, apostles, prophets, whatever they call themselves. Everybody is not meant to be in your spiritual circle. And this leads me into speaking on the church. I'm done playing church. I'm done playing church with folk. There's no place in this world and on this earth for church, for religion. People out here playing and destroying folks. And that's the reason why you can't get people to go to church now. Because too many of these pastors, fake pastors, fake apostles that think that they're doing God's work, out here faking and perpetrating. And collecting money at the end of the day. See, they'd rather keep you in there and form a dependency rather than establish a connection with you, because guess why? That adds to the bottom line. The collection plate stays full when they do that. And they're keeping the black community in control with these false doctrines and this false stuff that people are out here doing. So, again, to stay on topic, watch who you allow into your spiritual circle, because you are holding up what the universe has for you. It's not that you may be, it's that you are. It's that you are. Too many false people out here. Too many false religions. People that think that they doing it right. You know, that they hold the key to something that nobody else does. They got the special ingredients. They was born with it. Nobody else was but them. They hold the lightning in the bottle. And that's total BS. That's total BS. And you can go on and get away from me with it, with the BS. But I get it. The more people you can believe in your BS, the more church members you're going to have, the more tithes and offerings you're going to collect to stick in your pocket, by the way, to stick in your pocket. I never understood this. You're asking somebody to pay tithes and offering that's got less money than you. There's people sitting in the church broke. I'm talking about flat broke. and you asking them to pay tithes and offering? Shouldn't you be helping out the poor? Isn't that part of the mission? Since you want to talk about Jesus and all this, what would Jesus do? Isn't that part of the mission? I'm not talking about help the poor when it's convenient for you. I'm talking about a steady diet. Not just passing out hot dogs and hamburgers once a year or twice a year and then passing out toys. No, I'm not talking about that. That should be the mission constantly. 52 weeks out of the year, 356 days of the year. However many it is. It skips my mind right now, but I'm not stupid. So 365, there we go. You collecting all of this money, you're not giving back to the communities that you're taking it from. You're not providing any type of training. You're not showing people how to get off welfare, how to further educate themselves other than anything that ain't religious based. Oh yeah, they invite you down talking about come down to the Bible Institute so we can get you a degree in theology. What are you gonna do with a degree in theology? How's that gonna help you? How's that gonna help you anywhere besides the church? Self-interest. So I'm so glad that I have now become disconnected from the church and religion because I don't have time for it. I don't have the time to play with God like some people do. And they swear up and down, oh, we on the mission. You know, we doing God's work. But you a lie straight from hell. And eventually this video will get out to those that need to see it. You a lie. So keep collecting all the church's money and sticking it in your pocket. And in the meantime, you driving 2 brand new cars while you got church members on the bus, but they paying you. How does that sound? You must think I'm a fool. You ain't never got a dime from me. Check your books. You ain't got nothing from me because you're not able to brainwash real people. You only able to brainwash people that want to be taken advantage of. Want to be. That's why they show up every week. Because they don't want nothing more for themselves but to have a dependency. You ain't nothing but a drug dealer in the pulpit. Now, let me preface this by saying, in my Stephen A. Smith voice, let me preface my comments by saying, I'm not talking about all pastors here, but I'm talking about the majority of y'all. The majority of y'all who are helping y'all selves off poor people. Off poor people that don't know no better. You got educated people sitting up in the church and don't realize that they being sold a form of drugs. And that form is coming in the Bible. Pimps in the pulpit, drug dealers. All you doing is selling crack from the pulpit, right? Because all you want is a person to become dependent on that word, so they keep coming back every week, every 2 days to put something in your collection plate. That's all you're doing. You're not helping nobody. You're not helping nobody. You're not helping this world. That's why the majority of people figured out the BS and they say, I'm not going to church. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them because it's too many games being played. It's too many little boys calling themselves men. It's too many people. Well, you can't do this. You can't wear this color. You can't blah, blah, blah. You're not supposed to do this. And looking up to a man, sometimes little boys that have no more power in reaching God than you do. So, you know, I want to challenge you, all of you people out here that's calling yourselves prophets, pastors, and all of this stuff, how hard it is to talk to an audience full of people that came searching in need of you, right? This is the same thing that I'm doing in business right now. I'm doing credit repair. I only want to talk to people who want to come, who talk to me, who looking for me, right? Because it makes my job easier. I don't want to sell to nobody that don't need me or ain't looking for me. That makes my job a lot harder. So all of y'all out here that's thinking y'all doing a good thing because you done open up a building and you got followers, you got gullible people that's coming in week after week and don't realize that they don't need you, that they don't need you because they have the power of the mighty one within inside themselves, go right ahead. Church is a business. The government gives them a break in taxes, but they still got to file because they're gonna get a refund every year, like you and I do. They're gonna get a refund. Now, name me one other corporation in the world that don't have to pay taxes, that get a tax break. And ask yourself, why do you think that is? Nobody else in this world gets a tax break. Nobody but the church. Why is that? Most people ain't gonna use their common sense and ask those type of questions because they believe, oh, well, we're gonna get struck down. God is gonna get us if we ask that. That's a lie straight from hell. God gave you common sense, didn't he? God gave you common sense, didn't he? So you mean to tell me you can't use that common sense to figure out when somebody is getting over on you? But you refuse because, oh no, the pastor can't say nothing wrong. He's the pastor. Don't you know, fool, that's just a man? Don't you know that? That's just a man. If you cut him open, he gonna bleed just like you. You give another man that type of power, we'll keep doing it. That's why you ain't gonna never be nothing more than what you are. That's why I say, in order for the black community to grow, you got to get rid of the church. You have to. It's destroying us. Got to get rid of it. It's destroying us and causing everybody to have a dependency on one person, on one man. The black community is flooded with churches. Almost every other corner you're gonna find a church. Some pulpit pimp. And again, I'm not talking about all preachers. Because some of them have better intentions and some of them is actually out here making a difference in the world. But some, I can name names, are out here pimping the people. Out here pimping the people. But see, if you're smart enough and you got any integrity in yourself, any type of gumption about yourself, you'll realize when it's time to use your common sense and cut the snake, cut the head off that snake, cut the head off of it. It has no place in your life. So I started this off by saying, listen, watch who you allow in your spiritual circle. Watch who you allow in your spiritual circle. Watch it. Because everybody don't line up. And they'll be telling you that it's everybody else and it's actually them. Watch it now. Watch it, because they'll be in your ear telling you that it's everybody else that's against you, and everybody else that don't mean you no good. When it's them, watch it. Watch it. Man, be great. You don't need nobody else to be great. You can be great on your own. You need others too. You need others to help you, but you don't need to lean on nobody else to be great. You don't need to develop a dependency. You don't have to have a dependency on somebody else to be great, because I'm going to tell you just like this. Most people, I don't care what their title are, they're going to thumbnail you and they're going to hold you down. They're going to tell you they want what's best for you, but they lying. They lying. You don't believe me? Start to grow. Start to grow. Start to go on a trajectory that's outside of their scale and in the realm of their understanding. And watch how fast they break away from you. But most people that's sitting up in the church ain't gonna do that. Because you know why? They depend on this man for their spiritual uplifting. He can't give it to you. But you've believed in your head. You've called yourself to believe that he actually can. So that's a message out there for everybody that's going to church and sitting up in here relying on pastors. Hey man, you better individualize this thing, because it ain't a collective. You better individualize this thing. This is between you and God. It's not a collective. Me, you, me, pastor, deacon, and then God. No, it's an individual type of thing. So you better get that in your head, or you'll never be successful in your spiritual life. That's just a little bit that's just a message, man, that was on my heart. Put it down on wax. Man, peace and love. Peace and love, man. Be great. Get out, make a moment, man. Tomorrow's not promised. Tomorrow ain't promised. Remember me by these. Remember me by what I say, by what I do, not by what I say. Peace and love.